Ahead of the International Day for Peace, stakeholders have disclosed the urgent need for President Muhammadu Buhari to consider approving and passage of a draft national policy, a bill before the National Assembly that seeks to protect civilians, especially those in conflict areas. The Executive Director, Sislak Alwar Ibrahim, said that the government needs to have a legal framework that can guarantee and protect the safety of the citizens in Nigeria. Benedict Uku completes the story.
Under humanitarian law, the civilian population in general is protected from dangers arising from military operations. In Nigeria, various kinds of violent conflicts, which include ethnic and religious, have obscured negative impacts on civilians like mental trauma, loss of livelihood and displacement, amongst others. At the media party organized by the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy in collaboration with the Center for Civilians and Conflict, with the support from the European Union, stakeholders harped on the urgent need for President Muhammadu Buhari to consider approving and passage of a draft national policy, a bill before the National Assembly that will protect civilians, especially those in conflict areas.
The extortion, that various communities are being faced with by some unpatriotic security official have also created this mistrust. I'm sure you recall recently in Yobe, where security agents, in an attempt to do operation, they ended up killing or harming peaceful citizens of indigenous in Yobe State, and that has been happening in many instances. All we need a legal framework that will further protect the citizens against these incidental happenings that they claim to be, happening unconsciously, according to them.
We've been working with this, and we hope that when this is adopted, Nigeria will be the first country in Africa with such a policy that seeks to further safeguard its citizens from harm. Commonly to us is the fact that if this is signed, we would have the full weight of our support and, of course, of the government of Nigeria to ensure that not just this, but other policies, laws, and, of course, other protocols that have been signed by Nigeria would align with the protection of civilian policy in trying to protect civilians in whatever part of Nigeria. We want to also ensure that we would all be successful, especially that we are coming all on board and putting all hands on deck towards the actualization and adoption of the policy on the protection of civilians.
Explaining its importance, Salahuddin Hashim noted that the policy will not only protect civilians but rather guarantee their safety.
If you check front pages of newspapers, you find cases of 300 people have been kidnapped, 150 killed. There are issues of fatality. But how do we also sustain the conversation around the institutionalization of a policy framework that helps and supports the issues that borders around protection? To be very honest, the subject is new. If Nigeria goes ahead to sign this policy, it becomes the first in Africa to do so. And for us, we think this is a very fundamental opportunity for us to take advantage of and be in the media, particularly in the global space, for some good reasons.
The policy and draft bill will affirm government's commitment to ensuring the protection of civilians throughout the planning and conduct of all security operations, as well as protecting civilians from the actions of other armed actors. If replicated across the various local governments in Borno State and also across Nigeria, we'll see security forces and civilians working together and protection challenges being mitigated as the more they work together.
In Nigeria, the federal government, state and local government need to adopt and implement a legal framework that will guarantee and protect the safety of civilians. When adopted, Nigeria will be the first country in Africa with such a policy that seeks to further safeguard its citizens from harm.